Alright, hey guys, welcome to the Adrian Finance YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over probably like one of my favorite things from the stock market in general is going to be dividends. So if you didn't know what dividends are, they're pretty much when a company pays you back a little bit of money. So for example, just to break it down like into simple terms, if I invest into Amazon or Nike, and every year they give out like $100 or they make like $100 in revenue, they're going to give back like $20, $30 back to their shareholders in the form of dividends. Just to show like appreciation. Some companies do that, some companies don't. Some companies give back like 1 to 2%, other companies give back like 50%, 60%, things like that too. So just like little thing to know about dividends. So there's this thing called payout ratios. So payout ratios is pretty much how much of their company's earnings do they pay back in the form of dividends. So generally you like to have it like as low as possible. So anything around under like 20% would be like a really good number. If you're getting like towards like 70-80% payout ratio, they're pretty much paying out all of their earnings. The company can't grow, they can't for example like build like another Walmart, or they can't build like another like warehouse and things like that too. So you like to have the payout ratio as small as possible. And also the dividend ratio is or the dividend yield actually is pretty much for example, like let's say you buy the stock that's worth $100. If the dividend yield is around like 3%, every year annually they're gonna give you back $3. So I buy the stock for $100. Every year I get back $3, which is pretty good in my opinion. But then people are gonna be like, well, why would you invest $100 just to get $3 back annually? It kind of works like that, but there's this thing called capital gains. So for example, if I invested in the $100 and it gave me back $150, and then every year I get $3, after 1 year I'll get like $153. So you kind of got to adjust the dividends, and you kind of got to adjust the actual capital that you gain from it as well too. So of course some companies do pay it, some companies don't. Some pay higher than others. Generally my dividend yield, I like to have it between like 3 to 5%. But there are ones like AT&T that pay 7%. I believe CenturyLink pays around like 10%. And then you find like stocks here and there that pay like 30%, 40%, and 50%. But generally I like to stay away from those just because again, they can't build their company, so they're just giving out all of their money back in the form of dividends. So their capital is gonna be going down. They're gonna bring up more debt just to hold the dividend and stuff like that too. So another thing that I really like about dividends, especially for long-term holding, if you like to hold for like 20, 30, 40 years, dividends are gonna be your best friend. So for example, if I bought Alphabet, let's say 10 years ago, and Alphabet was at, let's say $800, and right now it's at $1,400. Over those like 10, 20 years, all the money that I would make would just be capital. And for example, if we had like a 2008 incident where the stock markets were to crash, there goes all of my money right there in the form of capital gains. Or for example, right now with the Rona situation, if they were to go down one more time, they're pretty much going to be, all your money's gone right there. So if you invested like 1,000 and then the share prices are like 800 or 900, you're going to be losing out on money over time. Especially like let's say you hold a growth stock for 40 years. Let's say I buy it in the year 2000 and then I cash out in the year 2040, right? So with the entire like 40 years, I won't really be getting any type of money. The price would be fluctuating like here and there, but of course like you want it to be as high as possible. Let's say like 500%, 600% in the long run. But let's say on the last final day that you're fixing to cash out on it, there's a crash, or there's like they report earnings that are like really bad. Personally, I think the stock will go down. Like for example, let's say Alphabet, if they were to like have like a scandal, or if they were like to lose money, or their earnings and stuff like that, a huge part of your return on investment will be destroyed on the last day. And opposite with that was dividends, where you could be paid out monthly, you could be paid out like quarterly, and then sometimes annually as well too. So pretty much with those entire 40 years, I'll be consistently getting like little paychecks here and there. And pretty much just saying, oh, thank you for investing into our company. Here's like an extra $20 to help you reinvest it, or you could just use it for bills and stuff like that too. Kind of like a good example, or not really a good example, but like a really simplified one too, is let's say you go ahead and buy a house and you want to rent it out. So obviously the main thing that you like is cash flow, where people will pay you rent, and then let's say you get like $500 in profit every month. So with growth stocks, in my opinion, it's like renting out a house, but you get no profit every month. So yes, you invest $20,000 to, in the future get a $100,000 house where the tenants will pay for pretty much the rest of the mortgage. That's kind of how it is with growth stocks. Like something could happen here and there. Let's say the boiler fails, the roof needs maintenance, or like the tenants just like really mess up your house, like to the point where like it's totaled. That's kind of how it is with growth stocks. You know, you could be going great for like 30 something years, and in the final year they just tank, or you know, I'm telling you, like earnings are failing, things like that. With dividends, you pretty much get a profit every 3 months or every month. Usually it's every quarterly, but you're pretty much gonna get like little paychecks here and there too. And so people with cash flow like me, personally with the stock market, I like to receive cash flow every month. Just because I'm a little bit younger, you know, deploying money into the stock market kind of is a little bit hard, especially with the whole like Rona situation going on right now. I like to have the consistent monthly dividends where I get like an extra like $60-$70 in the form of dividends to be able to use that again towards like to buying other stocks like AT&T. Always like another monthly one. So with pretty much like every month I buy another stock. And also with retirement. So right now I'm 20. I'm not really looking into retirement anytime soon. You know, people would definitely want to be retiring by like 40, 50, 60. Dividends is pretty much like one of the best ways to do it. So yes, you do need like a portfolio of like $2 to $3 million. But you know, after you hit that mark, you're pretty much gonna be getting like $70, $80, $90,000 a year just in the form of dividends. So I mean, you could be sleeping all day, you could be going to the Bahamas, you could be in Germany, you could be in Canada, you could be anywhere in the world, and you're still gonna receive consistent dividends. And yes, you need to diversify a little bit. I wouldn't say go spend like $2 million on Coca-Cola stock, and then you know, like in 5 years they cancel their dividend. So definitely do your research, understand the payout ratio, understand you know, how the business model is doing and stuff like that. But generally, that's pretty like amazing. So you don't need to be worrying about tenants. You don't need to be worrying about like, you know, other things that real estate has. With dividend stocks, you pretty much buy a stock and then you go to sleep, and every 3 months or every month they're gonna be pretty much giving you like a check every month in your direct deposit. It's pretty good, and especially with the cash flow. With compound industry, let's say you get like $70 every month for 1 year. The next month is gonna be 140, and the next month is gonna be 360, and then you know 680, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. So in the long run, if you consistently cash in your dividends, like to buy more stocks, you know, whether it be quarterly or monthly or even the same stock, you know, your investment is gonna skyrocket after like 4 to 5 years. And yes, people are gonna be like, oh, why does it take 4 to 5 years? That's just the general rule of compounding at the end of the day. You know, like my first 2 years in the stock market, I really didn't see nothing in dividends until, you know, I just kept reinvesting, and then now, you know, I get a couple $100 every month in just dividends. So it's really great. Shout out to JP Morgan, and shout out to Royalty Income for giving me dividends. You know, it's just a safe way of retiring. So, you know, you don't need to have like $1 million portfolio or anything like that, but just an extra like $20,000 to $30,000 a year would be pretty amazing. And then that's when you start like a real estate, or you start buying real estate and stuff like that too. And just 3 stocks that I kind of picked out right now. So if you invested like 20,000 into each stock, so let's say I bought 20,000 of Royalty Income, yearly I would have $1,451. Broken down, I believe it's around like $130 every month. So really great to be able to pay for your light bill, water bill, gas bill, car insurance, or anything like that too. Coca-Cola, which is a really good dividend payer, it's around like 3.4% dividend yield. If I invested 20K annually, I'll be getting pretty much around like $700, which is really good. And especially in the long run, if you keep buying Coke stock, I believe they're only like $40 to $50 right now. So I mean, that itself could buy you like another 30 or 40 stocks. And then Vanguard S&P 500, a stock that I'm planning on purchasing really soon. If I invested 20K, I get around like 520K. I know that can only buy like 2 stocks, but again, with compound interesting, in the long run, I could buy like more monthly dividends and stuff like that too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's kind of like all over the place, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy.